So on Saturday we take on Atherton LR, who sits second in the league, but who we recently beat 4-1. So what kind of game can we expect?
Obviously, a tough game. They've had a fantastic season. Dave Jones, the manager, has done a really good job for first season as manager at this level. So, credit where credit's due. He's done a fantastic job. So I'm sure they won't want to. They've got 2 games left as in Baker. I'm sure they're not going to want to fizzle the season out. Obviously, going into playoffs, so probably will rest a few players. With obviously one eye on the playoffs, but for us, it's going to be a tough game. Um, we know they beat us in the cup convincingly, although we made a few changes. Then obviously the league, we kind of got a bit of revenge. So it's 1-1. So this is the decider. Hopefully we can take it 2-1 in wins this season against them.
Yeah, and it's the last game of the season on Saturday. So what's been your overall assessment on how the campaign has gone?
Probably disappointment, frustration. Showed signs of what we can do, but then the consistency's not been there. So, yeah, frustration. To be honest, I think the second half of the season we've improved. We've got a settled side. We've brought a few new faces in. The team seems to have gelled. The spirit is in within the group is really good. So we've got a good basis there to build for the next season. So we'll take the positives out of it. Yeah, we'll reflect on the negatives and what we can do better from a management point of view and from a playing side. We know we've got to add a few people for next season if we want to compete. Minimum playoffs. So that's what we'll do. We've already identified what areas we need, what kind of personnel we need. So yeah, we'll crack on with that as soon as Saturday's finished. It's busy part of the season for every manager in non-league. It's when you start. Obviously, we can't do anything straight away with playoffs still going on, but as soon as the season's finished, that's when you can start getting in touch with lads and seeing what the plans are for next season. Obviously, we need to get in there early doors because everybody's looking to strengthen, change that, but it won't be a mass change for us. I think we've had a lot of young lads who've come in from the 21s, which has been a massive bonus for us this season. They've been fantastic. Probably in and out a little bit at the side to start, but there's a number of them now who've cemented the place in the first team, which is credit to Andy and Chris, the 21s manager, to bring them in. I think, like I said, we've got the experienced lads, Deck, Carl, Josh, Nico, who've been mainstays, and then obviously we've added a few players in. I think Tom Romano's obviously come in. He's got some goals. He's just won Player of the Month for March, which is a fantastic achievement for him. Our first award for the season. So it just shows that we have got the ability within the side, and on our day we can beat anybody. It's just that consistency is the key for us going forward.
Yeah, and we're unbeaten in 4 consecutive home games. How important is it to carry that over into the next season?
Oh, it's massive. We've said our own form has been pretty good this season. We had a good long run at home undefeated, and then we've lost a couple of silly games. But yeah, home form has been good this season. Our away form it hasn't been good at all. So that's something obviously an area of improvement what we need to focus on. Conceding silly goals, not managing the games correctly. So yeah, we know what we need to work on. We seem to have steadied the ship from where we was at the start of the season regarding conceding goals. We've been much better the second half of the season. So, that's probably changing formation, changing, a few personnel around positionally. So we seem to have got there. It just took us a while to get there.
Yeah, and you mentioned it a bit earlier. This season, obviously, there's been a lot of young players involved in the first team, people like Connell and Ethan Piers. How impressed have you been with the young lads this season?
I'm massively impressed, I think, from the start of the season as well. We had a few more that was in with us. Obviously, Joe Bacon come into the squad, who was doing really well. Obviously, he's not. He's just gone back to the 21s. Let him to concentrate on that. But yeah, Connell, Ethan, Niall Partridge, they've all been, mainstays in the squad for the start of the season. So I think that for their first season into adult football, to get quite a number of games under the belt, and certainly the second half of the season where I think they've got used to the physicality of it, the tempo of the game, where they kind of breezed through some of the 21 games, they found it a little bit tougher. So it took them a bit of a time to adjust. Now they seem to adjust, so I'm expecting all them to kick on. And there is a few more 21s who are doing really well. So, we'll be looking to kind of drip feed them in during the course of the season. Once we get back to pre-season, we'll all kind of join up, and we'll get them involved with us. So we try and kind of get them integrated into the squad, get that camaraderie between them, get used to everybody. So I think we've got a big season for them. They've still got about 4 or 5 games left to play where we've got a good chance to get promoted, win a cup. So good luck to them. Hopefully they'll do that. But yeah, from a first team perspective, it's been a massive bonus this season, and they've added real quality into us. And we can see it going from strength to strength with the 21s next season.
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
Okay, Val.